We're heading up into the Millewa, and I tell you, when I was driving through this wonderful part of the Sunraysia, the wider region known as the Millewa, and he joins us, Matt Kelly. How are you?
Yeah, going really well, Flo, man. It's it's a good part of the season when the spring is in the air and we've got finals on. So it's an exciting weekend for the Millewa League.
And it is, because it's not only exciting, but you locally at Moringa and at Werrimal and at the lake are playing at the home deck. That is the beautiful Lake Colour of the Rain, which is where the finals are held. So everyone's heading to the lake, as they say. And I've got to say, with the moonlit sky last night, the beautiful blue moon, that lake would have been just the perfect place to be watching the moon rise up over the back of the Sunraysia.
Yeah, it was certainly pretty impressive for all of you that saw it. So it's certainly a nice backdrop for footy, the Lake Colour Rain Reserve. So expecting a big crowd to the grand final and some really good games of sport.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be great. I'll tell you what, if you blokes from Werrimal and even the blokes up the road at Moringa are playing in the grand final, you might be winning a grand final once in a blue moon, eh?
Yes, Flo, man. Correct. Leave it on there.
I think we'll leave that there because the boys that are playing are the ones we should be talking about. And it was Gol Gol 11-9-75 beating Nangiloc 7-10-52 in the prelim. Great effort from the Gol Gol Hawks.
Yeah, they deserve their place in the grand final. They've played some very consistent footy throughout this season. So well done to them, and Nangi weren't too far away. There was only a kick in the game most of the day. Even midway through the last quarter, there was only 6 points in it, and Gol kicked a couple of goals, towards the end of the game. Obviously, their forwards are dangerous and hard to I suppose keep quiet for the whole game. So they just got off the leash in the last few minutes of the last quarter and were able to win the game. But they're a super game of footy.
Wasn't it? Gareth Collinson got going with 5 in the end. He's kicked a goal in every, or more than a goal in every match that he played this year. Just the one game against Bamble where he kicked the one goal in that second semi-final that he's actually not kicked a bag. So a big season, 75 goals for him and a great effort. And the other side was well played to Kurt Freer with 5 in a losing side. And then we take a look over at the women's competition, and it's the side to come into play against Werrimal. Cardross it is, who won on the weekend.
Cardross have got a very competitive side and play some real physical footy. So yeah, they're into the grand final after getting beaten by Werrimal in the semi a couple of weeks ago. So they'll certainly have a few little tricks up their sleeve and a few strategies of how to beat Werrimal. So well done to the Carter Girls getting into the grand final.
In the Gol Gol overcoming the Gol Gol side, and we'll talk a bit more about the finals and the program and the times and so forth still to come. Let's have a look at netball now. This is exciting stuff because the Werrimal girls are the powerhouse of the finals in the seniors, but my Moringa girls, they're the powerhouse of the juniors. Tell us about how the matches ended up last week and how we get our finals placings.
Yeah, for sure, Flo, man. We've Werrimal and Moringa are well represented in the grand finals this week. So with one of those clubs represented in every game. So in the A grade, Werrimal were able to get over Bamble in extra time last week. They had to play extra time after being all square at full time. So they were able to win extra time against Bamble, and so they'll be now taking on Nangiloc in the grand final in the A grade.
B grade was a terrific performance. The Werrimal girls were there, but Bamble now joined them.
Yeah, that's right. Werrimal went straight through, but Bamble was certainly right in this final. So they'll be pretty pleased to get in there and have a crack at the B grade Werrimal girls. Who the Werrimal girls have certainly got some really good players in there. Really strong in defence, particularly with Audrey Delahunty and Tracy O'Day in there. We'll see how that game unfolds, but it should be a good game.
Okay, your girls are the C graders, famous for your support of the C grade side there at Werribee, and they are into a final after a big win in the prelim.
Yeah, they had to win the prelim. They dropped their first game for the season in the semi. So I don't know. I think whether you have to drop a game, the loss you had to have leading into the grand final. I don't know whether that's a real thing or not. But the C grade girls are certainly telling me it is. So they're pretty happy to get a second chance, and head back into the grand final against Bamble. So they'll be pretty keen to make amends for the semi-final loss.
What about this game? It's your girls and my girls in a game of netball. I'm on the Moringa girls who beat the Werribee girls in the last outing in the second semi. Now they're back in it because your Werribee girls won the prelim last week.
Yeah, the Werribee girls had a really good game and won, but they'll certainly be up against a very tough opposition this week. Moringa finished on top, and rightly so. They've been certainly the dominant side in the 18s this season. Olivia Anson has been super, and Xana and Mella Harmer, a couple of the Harmer girls there, are really, really strong netballers too. So they'll be hard to get past, but we do have Grace Kelly in the centre who's been tearing up this year, and Chelsea O'Day as a defender will make it very difficult for the Moringa girls. But wouldn't expect too much in that one.
Oh, she'll be a beauty. Of course, I'm going to tip the Kangaroo girls, and I'm sure that you're going to tip your Go Pie girls. The 15s, though, how about this? The Moringa girls fought on well last week in the prelim and have booked themselves a place against Gol Gol to put a second side in the netty. Yeah,
great effort by Moringa. They've second year in a row they've had both the 18s and 15s in the grand final. So Moringa girls lost the 15. Game grand final last year, but I think Gol Gol have been particularly strong in that grade this season. So they'll be hard to beat, but it'll certainly be barracking hard for the Moringa girls to get up and cause a bit of an upset in the under 15s grand final.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Let's get back then to some football. All the best to the girls playing netball and also to the girls playing football as Werribee will take on Cardross in the footy. Now to the blokes, and we've got the grand final and a big crowd. A little bit about it. The big game starts at 2:30 between Bamble and Gol Gol. The league's got the gate. Cardross has got the canteens and the bars, but the people from around the district of both Werribee and Moringa will be helping out around the grounds.
Yeah, it should be a really good game of footy, this one. I'm hoping for a real physical contest. If we can get a real tough start to the game and real finals type footy, it's going to set the game up for a really good spectacle for everyone coming along to have a look. So I'd expect both sides will be super primed for this.
I reckon they say the forward lines are really interesting. I mentioned Gareth Collinson before, but on the other forward line, you've got Luke Stanbrook, seasoned goal kicker down at the Owen United Kangas, and also when he's been playing at the Bamble side. He is going to be hard to stop for Daniel McLeod. But then here's the other one. If Stanbrook doesn't get you, does Bradley Congress step up? And then you've got up there Michael Hurrah, and then the other two Hurrah boys in the ruck, Big Nathan and then Jason. They stand tall. I just feel like that this is the difference. The Bamble side, the talls, might just be too strong for the Gol Gol side, which I think will have the running side, but can they outrun on a very, very nice dry oval out at Lake Culla-Lorraine?
Yeah, good call, Flo, man. I think the weather's going to have a huge part in it. If it's a windy, wet type of day, you'd probably put Golly right in the sights of being in this game. But I still feel that with Bamble's marking power and their ball use, if we have a nice, fine day, which we're looking like it's going to be a super day for footy, I think Bamble's aerial skills will really stretch Gol Gol's defence. I just don't think they can quite go with them. They can, but the key matchup will be how Luke Stanbrook does play too, because he is such an influential player, and his work rate is second to none. He generally plays centre forward and leads right up the ground, and usually loses his opponent on the way back. So it'll be interesting to see who goes to him, but that'll be a big task for someone.
Oh, it's a huge task. It's a huge game. The ruck with Big Prowse versus Nate Hurrah, and then around the ground, some magnificent duels. And then there's going to be how the depth of the boundary goes. It's always those last four players that quite often in a grand final at a lower level of competition, that the last 4 or 6 players in the side can be the telling difference as you get late into a game on a sunny day. So a beauty. I reckon it's going to be a beautiful day for everyone. I reckon the moon might just get up as some are still celebrating late into the night at the lake there, and I reckon there could be a few staying at the lake too after the big grand final.
Yeah, there'll be a few swags and bodies and tents and caravans and all sorts of things sprawled around the place on come Sunday, but which just makes for a great atmosphere. And a great venue to play a bush grand final.
A bush grand final that's got great facilities. You might be thinking that this is a small league out in the Millewa and out in the bush, but gee whiz, I've been to that beautiful oval facility and it's a wonderful place, and the lake and the backdrop and the camping around there. It's just a great place, and I'm looking forward to the results coming through on the weekend's matches. And Matt, I'm looking forward. We'll sum it up next week when we get back together. And I would suggest to you that even though you're not playing in the football, your girls are playing on the footy field. So I'd suggest that you've got one message for them.
Yeah, our girls are cherry ripe and ready to go for this month. So they've trained super during the week. So as you suggest, I'll be saying a big go pies to the Werribee girls footballers, and good luck to Werribee Moringa girls in particular, the co-tenants at the Lake Coleraine Recreation Reserve, and good luck to all finalists on the day. So it should be a great day for Millewa footy.
Matt Kelly calling it for us, the Millewa Football Netball and the girls football too, and the Sunraysia women's competition will catch up next week.
Go Pies.